Hey guys, it's me. We're fixing to do some nails today. I'm just gonna do, I was thinking about doing a poly, but I'm not gonna jump right into that. I'm just gonna do a regular gel polish and call it a day. So I've already scrubbed my nails real good. I have like a little brush. You don't have to go out and buy a special brush to scrub your nails with. They're stained from crackers. I was eating some crackers that had, you know, anyways, yeah, they're stained. But you can take like an old toothbrush and put a little soap and water on it and use that to scrub your nails and scrub up under your nails. You don't have to go out and buy something special. To tell you the truth, I think an old toothbrush comes in handy for a lot of things. But so that was the first thing I did, was scrub my nails. And got my stuff. Got my water handy here. And yeah, I'm going to set this up and we'll get started on the base coat. Okay, so another thing that we're going to do, because nail prep is really important. If your nails aren't prepped correctly, then nothing you put on them is going to stay on. If you're putting on regular nail polish and it's, you know, peeling off, it's because your nails weren't clean to begin with. And it goes with anything. If your cuticles aren't clean, it's, you know, it's just, you have to prep your nails. So first thing I'm going to do is take this little tool here. It's kind of a hard rubber sort of a thing, and I'm going to just press back my cuticles. One of the things that I do want to do is, you know, I want this to last as long as possible before it starts really growing out. So I want to push back that cuticle so that it's not covering nail space. That cuticle can sometimes act something like a hooded eyelid, where it kind of covers the fun stuff, you know. So yeah, I want to do that. Ooh, this thing's starting to come apart on me. That's weird. Well, this is old. I might need a new tool. It's actually, I'm not sure how this is going to turn out because most of my equipment is pretty old. I really need new polishes, but you know, we're just going to do it. We'll do one hand first and see what happens. Okay, so much for my, you know, I just scrubbed them all clean nails, right? Now you do want your nails to be a little bit dry, so you know you've been putting moisturizer on them every day so that your cuticles are nice and supple and your nail is nice and supple and strong. But in order for your polishes to stick, you want something, you want to have them like really clean and dry. So I'm going to use rubbing alcohol, which works just fine. You can actually use, they have like special stuff that you can buy. My personal opinion is that the rubbing alcohol works just as good. I'm just going to wipe off anything that may have gotten on my nails since I scrubbed them, and keep that cuticle pushed back. The nice thing about the rubbing alcohol is it does dry quickly. You don't have like a film left on there. So there we go. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and put the cap back on that because y'all know I knock things over, right? Okay, so the brand that I started with was Beetles. It's not real expensive, but it's not real cheap. I think it can be had on Amazon. Like I said, this is these are old. These are old. Oh, expiration date. Wait a minute. The expiration date is not until the 7th month of 2025, which I believe we have just passed. So yeah, this might be it. And I think I've used these before. Sometimes once they're open, kind of like, you know, other stuff, is it sort of starts the time zone. Okay, so directions. Apply top coat and base coat cure under UV or LED lamp. We have a UV lamp for 90 seconds to 120 seconds. Okay. So, obviously we start with our foundation or base gel, and we're going to put that on. Ooh, maybe if I can get it open. Yes, I can. We're going to put that on just like nail polish. And you don't want it on like too thick, but you don't want it on like really thin either. So, you know, I mean, well, I guess you could go thin, but I mean, the thicker it is, the harder it's going to be for the light to dry it. I actually feel like I got quite a lot on the thumbnail, so let's get off of that. I actually bought my lamp on Amazon. I didn't get the most expensive lamp, but you know, I didn't go for the cheapest one either. I mean, I've had it for a while, so I don't know what the prices are like now. I think I paid about $50 for mine. Okay, so that, and immediately, like, do not let this stuff sit. You sit open, you immediately put the cap back on. There's a reason why all these gels are in dark. Okay, what did we say? Like 120? Okay, my lamp, this is an awesome lamp. It actually turns on as soon as you put your hand in. And I'm just going to leave my hand in there for the allotted time. And we'll be right back. Okay, so we have, you know, done our thing there. And I already kind of did this nail. This is a wipe off, is what it's called. Gel base. So basically you put it on, and then it's still kind of tacky, and you take a you know, something that's not going to leave a bunch of fiber behind, and you just wipe off that stickiness, and what's left behind will be your actual top coat. So I just wanted to show you. I'm using little cotton rounds, disposable cotton rounds. They really don't leave anything behind. I pretty much I use the oh, what are they called? You know, the reusable ones on a daily basis, like for toner and things like that. When it comes to my nails, I use the disposables because a lot of the nail stuff doesn't wash out, you know, especially if you're talking about gel products. And I don't know, I prefer it that way. I'm going to use a few of these So it's going to be easier to just throw these out. And, you know, you can get like a huge thing. There's 80 cotton rounds in here for $1 or $2 at your local drugstore. So I'm going to finish wiping these off and we'll be right back. Okay, so we've got all the tackiness off. I am going to be using a polish from Beetle's gel polish. This actually, this expired on the 4th of August of this year, and it looks like it has a manufacturing date on it as well as 22. So it looks like the stuff is good for like 3 years, but yes, I need to replace mine. Okay, so the first one we're going to use, because we're going to use 2 of them. Oh, we want to make sure that we read our directions. Yes, directions are important. Directions are important. Okay, apply the polish and cure under the UV lamp for 60 to 90 seconds for best results. Apply 2 coats. That means you apply 1 coat, you put it under the lamp, you apply the 2nd coat, and then you put that under the lamp. Don't try to do 2 coats, and yeah, no, that won't work. Keep tightly sealed and out of sunlight. Sunlight has a lot of power. If you don't know, sunlight kills vitamin C that can be found in skincare. That's why the expensive vitamin C products are in dark containers, and so are these. I don't know what it is in there that the sunlight would hurt, but obviously it does. Valid for 12 months after first opening. I don't believe I've ever opened this one, so we'll see. I know, I got all the stuff and then I used it like twice, right? So, let's take a little gander. This is the color that we're going to be using. It's, I don't know, it's pretty. It looks like it's, you know, brown with a little swirl in it maybe. I don't know. Okay, and we're going, what did I say? How long? 90 seconds? Alright, so, here we go. Okay, it's an interesting, try and get this where you can actually see it. Like I said, I don't want to go, you know, and the thing with this is you don't have to worry a whole lot about it getting like really thick right away, because it's the way I have this set up, it's really difficult to reach the thumb here, but let's see if we can't do this. Okay, I lay it down towards the back and then I push it to the cuticle and then pull it forward. Okay, if I get a little bit on the edges, I'm not going to worry a whole lot about that right now. The preference is not to get any on the edges, because this is going to harden and it could be a little sore when it does. But I actually have a tool that is designed for getting rid of that, so, and I'm not I can handle the pain, so, you know, that'll be alright. This is a beautiful shade. Wow, I think I should have taken off a lot more from the brush, because this is really, it's really getting on there good. I'm actually going to take some off of the brush, go back and try to lift some of this. And I did miss in a couple of spots. I'm going to leave this finger bare, because I'm going to put a different shade on that one, because, you know, why not? Okay, so 90 seconds, into the lamp for 90 seconds and we'll be right back. Okay, so I just wanted to show you what I did. I just put a little bit of the gel polish that I want to use in there. I already did 2 coats and cured them under the lamp. They're still a little tacky, which tells me I'm putting it on too thick. But I'm going to take a wooden toothpick. Now, there are tools that you can go out and purchase that are not expensive. And I have them, I just don't know where they are at the moment. This actually works better if you use a pair of scissors and cut the toothpick in half. Here we go. So I've cut it in half so that I have an end that's like not pointy. It's kind of flat, okay? And I'm gonna use this to dip in the polish. So let me get that out of the way so you can actually see what I'm doing, and wouldn't it be handy if I could see what I'm doing? I hope this works. This is a new thing that I had not tried before, so I'm kind of hoping that this works. I'm gonna put a couple of little dots on here. I actually may have to I may have to pull this back where I can see it a little bit better. Okay, here we go. Okay, and so you see we have a couple little dots. All right, I'm going to use, let me see, can you see that? A couple little dots? I'm going to use this, the pointy end of the toothpick, and I'm just going to pull it through. And I'm trying to make, I mean, it could be a heart, but what I'm trying to make is a leaf, okay? Like a, you know, a fall kind of a thing going on. Again, I think I might have used too much because, you know, this is what I do. So, yeah, that's my, okay, leaf. And I'm going to go ahead and cure that. So, up under the lamp we go again. Okay, so here's our finished look, but trust me when I tell you, do not attempt this, and even if you're just using regular polish, use your base coat and your top coat. That's what makes your polish really last and protects your polish and your nails. So we've got the, it's already open so I don't want to tip it too far. We've got the top coat here. My stuff is still a little tacky, which is telling me that I'm probably putting it on too thick. And, you know, since it's old, there's a good chance that it's just, it's gotten thick, you know. There's that, right? So, did the thumb. Now I'm trying to really, and it's pretty thick, so I'm trying to really get a lot of it off of here, but I do think it will still work. It's just going to take me a long time to get it to harden. A lot of times though, I found with some of these polishes, the more expensive ones, not so much. It's kind of like how much money do you want to spend, you know? But if you've ever noticed, if you go out in the sun and you get a sunburn, it might hurt a little bit if you've been outside all day in the sun. You know, you start feeling it, gets a little sore. But when the sunburn really turns red, really red, and really painful, is after you've come in out of the sun and you've been out of the sun for a little while, like maybe even the next morning, is when you really start getting the full effects of that sunburn. Now, I'm not using an LED lamp, I'm using a UV lamp, which is, you know, similar to the rays from the sun. And that's kind of how this works. It's going to be a little bit tacky. It's not going to be completely hardened until after it has, you know, cured for a while, which cure is what we call what we're doing in the lamp. So okay, I've got my top coat on. All I've got to do now is cure it again for like 120 seconds, and we should be good to go. So here we go, back to the lamp. Back to the lamp. Do these things cause cancer in your hands? I don't really know of anyone. I mean, I've heard tales, but I don't know of anyone, and I've never seen anyone on... Now, I haven't done a search for it either, okay? But I've never seen anyone on, you know, TikTok or YouTube or, you know, Facebook, none of the social medias that has come in and said, oh my God, don't use UV lamps because I got cancer and lost my finger. You know, I haven't seen anything like that. Now, I'm not saying it can't happen because nothing shocks me. And it is UV. It is UV rays. So I don't know. Like I said, do your own research. And there is an LED lamp that I think it works a little differently and maybe not as harmful as the UV rays. Do your research. Find out what's good for you. I have like a little single. I have several little singles. This one here is my favorite. It, you know, just plugs in, and there's an actual button in the bottom of it right there. So once it's plugged in, you put your finger in it. See if I can like do this so you can see it. You put your finger in it, and then you push down the button, and the lamp comes on. And you're not stuck with your hand in one position. You're free to go as far as the cord will allow you. So if, you know, you need to move your hand, you can. I believe I got this on, like, I think I got this on Temu, to tell you the truth. Some of the Temu stuff is crap, but some of it's not. And I think I paid like maybe $2 for it. I mean, seriously. Woo! So, there we are. Beautiful, shiny. I can see where it didn't entirely cover on the orange nail. I believe I need some new polish. It's a little bit tacky, but not bad. I'm going to let it cool off. And then I'm going to put it in for another 90 seconds, and then it should be done. So, you guys, it's as easy as that. How long did this video take? I mean, it really didn't take long to do one hand, and I will do the other hand, and hopefully the leaves will turn out better on the other hand. And then I'll get back to you, and we'll see the full effect. Okay, so here is the finished set. These two, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it worked any better with this one. Oh, no light. Light would be good. Is that even the right one? No, of course not. Oh, seriously. Here we go. So yeah, I don't think the leaves look any better with this one. But I did on this, my right hand, I went on with thinner coats, and than I did on this hand, and I think that it looks the same. It's not like one of them looks like it has more polish than the other. It looks the same, but this one definitely is, you know, easier to deal with as far as the curing is going. So there's that. Anyways, so that's me. What's up Wednesday? Doing my nails, and you know, I guess in a few weeks we'll do how to get this stuff off. Alright, until the next time, I hope you wake up dancing, wake up dancing, ba-bum-bum, wake up dancing every single day. Bye-bye.